Hi. I guess it wants me to film this way, which, oh well. Then I guess that's what we're gonna do. You're the first person here. It's crooked. Is it crooked? What does it look like to you? Is it crooked? Can you hear me okay too, since you're the only one here? It's a horrible angle. I just saw myself on my laptop looking down. That was horrendous. Hi, you guys. Ooh, word of advice. Don't ever record yourself and then look at yourself on the laptop. Make you second guess everything. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm keeping this up here for a moment just so I can kind of see what you guys are saying. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Michelle, Tammy, Ebony. Hi. Oh, thank you so much, Ebony. Spiritual couture. Oh, I know who you are. I love it. Good for you. I'm so excited. Remember you said you were going to start that. I'm so excited. Spiritual couture. Jennifer, Divine Love, hello, Brenda, Joseph, seriously, oh, thank you, Joseph. Hi, Carmela, aw, thank you, hi, Travis. Sabjab, hi, you guys. I hope you guys are well. I had like so much planned on exactly what I wanted to talk about. We are going to do a reading. Hi, Marjorie. We'll do a reading. My ADHD is coming into the front now, so I'm like forgetting what I wanted to talk about. There were a few things. Okay, so one of the first things before hi, Cindy. Every time, that's my mommy's name, so every time I see that, it's like, ugh, lump in my throat. In a good way, in a good way. You remember, oh, wow. Thank you, Tammy. Hi. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because it's really been on my mind, was I want to talk about the post that I made about the person who was talking on the Sagittarius video about my outfit. And I want to talk about it for a reason, a couple of reasons. The person deleted their comments and I hadn't looked at their page. And I went to their page this morning. I'm not going to give the name because I'm not that type of person. But it's a person who looks like they're starting out their own tarot page on YouTube. And I just want to say, if that person steps into this live, that I did not post my post on my community page in any way to upset you or hurt you, but really to help you take accountability for the way that you were behaving on somebody else's platform, which is essentially their business and their brand. And I wanted to come on here as a woman, first of all, before we go through and do a reading, and say to you that the way to get subscribers and to get people to come to your channel and listen to your tarot readers is not going to be by going around onto other tarot readers' pages and judging them, okay? You hold a very high responsibility when you come online as a tarot reader. It is terrifying at times, and it can cause a lot of self-esteem issues if you're not already in that space of loving yourself fully and conditionally. I've been doing this on YouTube for 5 years, and because of this, I've had to grow a thicker, tougher skin because of it, and I'm grateful for it in a lot of ways. But the reason why I really wanted to come on here and say something to this person is I'm not a hateful person. I won't ever judge somebody because I have been through the ringer in life, as I'm sure all of us have. And I have a past, right? I have a real past with real darkness in it that would make a lot of people second guess, right? But I've been through it, I've healed myself, and I'm on the other side. I just ask that you respect this platform and respect others, because whatever energy you put out is the energy that you're going to get back in. And I did watch some of your videos on your channel. I know that you're just starting out, and I want you to know that I prayed for you as well, because I feel bad that you felt like you needed to come onto my videos and to my channel and put me down. And so I just ask all my viewers too, for those of you that are praying or are prayer warriors, to pray for this person, because that's not going to help her business, right, by hating on others. And I certainly don't wish that type of energy to be sent back to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just my 2 cents on that. It's really been on my heart, because after I saw your page, or who, you know, if you watch this, after I saw your page, I realized, like, I've been there before too. I've been the new person on YouTube trying to get views, trying to get people to look at my readings. But I've been doing this for 5 years, and I wear whatever I want. Y'all have seen me in my pajamas. You've seen me in t-shirts and sweatpants. You see me in tank tops. I even did a reading one time when I came back from the water park with my kids in just my bikini top and a little like a dress thing on. It is what it is. But don't judge people for that, because what you put out into the universe comes back to you. Okay? So there's that. I'm going to put this down because I think I can kind of see what you guys are saying. Sometimes my eyesight, I'm getting old. All right, but I don't want to admit that. I didn't see it, but oh, thank you. All right. All right. So what else do I want to talk about? We're going to do a reading. So many things have been going on since I did a last live with you guys. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say. See my ADHD. Romans 14 in the Bible, Romans 14 talks about the dangers of criticism and criticizing others. And it gives a great explanation as to why we shouldn't judge and why we need to hold back our judgments, and what it's really all about. So Romans 14 for anyone who is interested, because at the end of the day, like, you just never really know where someone is at on their journey, and you don't really know the conversations that they're having with God, right? So you don't know what God is already working on. So just keep that criticism to yourself. It's definitely not going to be flourished over here. All right, so this one that I wrote down over here was a channeled message that came through yesterday morning right when I woke up. So my kids are back in school, so I'm waking up really early, 5:30 in the morning. Can you believe my son's bus gets to my house at 6 a.m.? He's 12, and his bus comes here at 6 a.m. And then my 8-year-old, she just started taking the bus this week, and that comes at like 8:30. So I'm up for a while. So this message came through yesterday when I woke up after I was praying, and I wrote down, listen, when warning comes. So when a warning comes to you, or if you receive some type of intuitive message, vision, or you have that feeling that something is coming, I wrote, when warning comes, do not isolate away from the problem. Do not try to prevent confrontation or prevent something from happening. Just pray and prepare for the test. This is how you grow, and it's how you gain confidence and succeed in your life mission and journey. And really what I was taking from that is sometimes we have this tendency in life, when we can foresee a problem or a conflict coming, we do whatever we can to try to clean it up real quick so that we don't run into a problem. But the problem with not wanting to run into a problem is that those problems are there to help you grow and to get to the next level. And so if we spend so much time trying to prevent ourselves from getting to the problem, we're not actually going through the test that we need to go through, right? So it's okay to get a little bit messy sometimes. Just pray your way through it. It's okay if you're going through a hard time. It's okay if something starts to look like it's falling apart. You can work on your mindset and shifting your perception on when difficulties arise, and not being afraid of them, but more being empowered and realize, like, oh, a task is coming my way because God believes I'm strong enough to handle this. Okay, so when you change your mindset on certain situations and problems or conflicts, you can handle them differently. And then personally, before we do your collective reading, personally, what I've been going through, and I feel like at first I thought I would just do like a whole big live about everything as far as my grief and what I've been learning spiritually in terms of losing my mom, and share that all with you. But I realized, as we all know, grief changes like in a millisecond is what it feels like to me. So it's not going to be a one-time thing. I feel like this is things that I'm going to be downloading and receiving for a long time to come, and I'll share them with you as it happens. So for those of you that are new, I don't know if any of you are new here, but if you are new, welcome. And if you're unaware, I recently just lost my mother. She transitioned to the other side on Valentine's Day of this year. She had stage 4 colon cancer, and my kids and I moved out here, which is 4 hours away from where we're originally from. We moved out here to care for her, and that was November 2021. So I guess we're going on 2 years of being out here. We came out here to care for her, to provide care for her. I've experienced one traumatic death prior to that. I have experienced other deaths, but a traumatic death or traumatic loss had only been experienced one time prior to losing my mom. That was in 2016, and that's really when my first dark night of the soul began. And I totally got lost in it, like 100% got lost. I went down the whole wrong road, drug addict, everything, lost my kids, had to get them back. I went way deep. And my mom was the only one that pulled me out, right? She never, no judgment. Like, this woman never judged me. I was literally living in hotels, living in a car, homeless, quit my fantastic job that I had. This was like 8 years ago. Lost my kids and was strung out on drugs, and she did everything she could to find me, and no judgment, never made me feel bad, never, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when she passed, it was a different type of grief that I experienced. And one of the things that I've been realizing too is the duality of grief. When I went through the first traumatic loss of somebody, which was in 2016, it was more of like, it was shock. This person was not supposed to die. She was 30 years old. She had a hidden illness that none of us knew about, went into the hospital, and 2 weeks later, she was, passed away. She had been my best friend since I was 5, and her mother was my mother's best friend. And we all grew up in Michigan, and then we all packed up in a rider's truck when we were 10 years old, and all 4 of us moved to California in the 90s together. So we were a group. So losing her was shocking and traumatic, and that's a different type of grief. My mother, I guess I was prepared. She had cancer, right? And I was caring for her with my children, and we were with her every day. And while I knew that she was deteriorating in health, my mother was a Virgo, and for 18 months of her illness, we were never allowed to say out loud the word cancer in front of her. We were never allowed to say she was sick. And she never ever told me when she was feeling pain, when she was anything. It was always, I'm not going to die. I'm going to make it. Even when she went into hospice, she was saying the whole time, if you want me to come home, I can come home. We don't have to be here. Let's go home. So there was this element of knowing, right? Because physically I'm seeing what's happening. But when she passed, I realized I had no clue that she was going to pass. Like it was this moment of, oh my gosh, I spent so much time connecting with what my mother was saying to me and holding on to that energy that it was more robotic of everything that I was doing on the outside, if that makes sense. So when she passed, it was like, what do you mean? I thought she was going to survive. I don't understand. But really, when she passed away, what I learned about grief is I'm not so much grieving the loss of my mother. I don't feel like I lost her. I feel like she's here more. I can feel her energy all the time. Like I can hear her voice. What happened to me and what I was grieving were the people around us, the people in our life, the friends and the family. Because when someone dies or when someone is sick, it's stressful and it's traumatic, and people's true colors come out. And you know, yeah, I'm 38 years old, but there's still a lot of things that I'm naive to and unexperienced with. And I'm the baby of my family, minus my children. So I've been treated a certain way my whole life because I'm the baby out of the entire family until I had kids. So my children are, you know, the baby of the family as well. But because I've always been the baby of the family, I got left out of adult making decisions and situations, right? That was handled by the higher ups in the family. But when my mother died, I was the higher up. Everybody was looking at me. And I saw a lot of people's true colors, family members and friends, that literally left me in a lot of pain, dumbfounded, and shocked. And I think that's a part of grief that we don't talk about a lot, right? Our first thought when we're talking about someone dying and someone experiencing grief is that the grief is for whoever passed away, right? The loss and not getting them back. I'm not mourning that because I know I'll see my mom again. I'm mourning the fact that these people that are around me and that were in our life and that were her friends or family or whatever, just how dark some people can be, and you've had them next to you for a very long time. So that's what I have been dealing with, which then snowballed into needing to release any judgments and pain that I had towards life decisions my mother made that affected me, right? Because I hadn't gotten to the part yet in my spiritual awakening where I addressed those issues with my mother. I've done it with my father. I've done it for everything else. My mother, I didn't. We were together like every day. We had very, very open conversations. So I don't think I didn't feel like there was anything I needed to address with her until she passed away. And I started to see through whatever protection cloak she had over my eyes, you know, my whole life, I started to see the truth of certain decisions. And it was like you start to see your mother in a different way. You're seeing her whole, all of who she is. And I'm lucky enough that I have a deep understanding that that's for everyone. We all have aspects to ourselves that others don't know about, and it could be shocking. And I know enough not to judge her, but it was still very painful. So that's what I've been going through. It's why I've been kind of quiet and not doing a lot of lives, because that's been, you know, I don't want to harbor any guilt or any shame or anger towards my mom. So I've been making sure that I've been releasing all of that. I've been struggling with wanting to communicate with people because I'll remember something that they said or did that I feel was out of line during the time she was sick. Because people do some crazy things when people are sick and dying because everybody wants to control the situation. So that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been going through, which I consider a little bit of shadow work as well. It hasn't been as difficult as when I lost my friend in 2016. But it is pretty difficult because I do feel very isolated in a sense. We live 2,500 miles away from all of my family. So, but yeah. So that's what I wanted to share. So if anybody's going through grief, don't be shocked and or surprised by any of the feelings that come up that may be low vibrational, right? It's normal, it's natural. As long as you can pray your way through it, and as long as you can give everything love and forgiveness, you'll come through it with flying colors, right? And it also helps it to move along a little bit quicker. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a reading for you. I just lit, this is a new candle. This is one of the candles that I made, and this is Clear Joy. So we're going to have that on the other side. I didn't know which one I was going to use. We'll have that over here and let that burn for a minute. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to start my blessing and prayer, which I haven't done in front of you guys in a while. So let's go ahead and do that. Get in, see what messages. Actually, I don't want to use this deck. We're going to use this one for clarifiers, this one, and this one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. If all of you could just remain open and try not to do the me thing, because I hate feeling that energy when I'm starting to do a collective reading live, and I can feel someone pulling, like, please send a message. So just remain open, take deep breaths, and here we go. Father God, Divine Holy Spirit of the Most High, thank you for allowing me to be a clear channel of receiving messages for the collective that is tuned in today or will tune in. I ask that these messages provide them with clarity, guidance, healing, and understanding into their current life situation, soul journey, and soul path. I also ask that these messages provide a higher wisdom and perception into any soul lessons, karmic cycles, and generational curses you may currently be going through, about to go through, need to become aware of, learn from, heal from, and release. Lord, in all that I am, and all that I do, and all that you are, and all that you do. Ooh. I live by your word and your word only. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So here's what's interesting. The card that came out is confinement. And the vision that I was receiving was somebody standing like, I don't know, at a glass sliding door, I guess, or a window, looking out and feeling like they can't get out there. They're wanting to get out. When is it going to be time to get out? Confinement, vow, and schedule. Somebody feels very, very stuck. This could also be in a mindset, right? Like you're trying to shift something, or you're praying for something, or you're hoping for something to change where you can feel a release. And for some of you, this is going to be a physical release, like being able to get out of a situation or away from people. For others of you, it's a mindset. It's trying to get something in order in your mind. Okay? And I feel like there's a discrepancy between divine timing and when you want something to happen. Okay? And that's what's causing, I think, even more stress or even more restriction. Because you really feel stuck. And your tolerance for this particular situation or this energy is getting less and less and less. That's why you feel a strong pull. That's why you want to break through so much. And that's also why you're getting impatient. You're getting impatient because your tolerance for whatever it is that's making you feel bound or stuck is it's going away. All right, so let's take a look here at the current energy surrounding the collective, please. Ace of Swords. See, so there is some type of clarity or breakthrough that you're wanting to experience, or you could be receiving. Pay attention to some of you are having revelations, like downloads like this. And sometimes when that starts to happen, we get in a space of, I call it schizophrenia because it kind of is. You start to panic. What are all these things going on? What's happening? Am I crazy? Is this real? Where do I put this? Is there a file box for this? So I almost feel like there's a little bit of overwhelming information that's coming towards you. Could also be in regards to the truth of a situation and it's too overwhelming. What's coming towards the collective, please? The Two of Pentacles. So you're going to have a decision to make. Hi. What are the intentions of this Two of Pentacles, please? The King of Wands. Okay. The Moon is your lesson and your guidance. Let go. You just got to let go and let God. And the Chariot is the expected outcome. So you're making a decision to move in a new direction. For some of you, this could literally be moving, okay? It is going to happen pretty quickly and pretty swiftly at the divine timing, at the moment it's supposed to happen. I feel right now there's still a little bit of indecisiveness. And the reason why is I am connecting to somebody here who, it feels like there's an energy that somebody is holding on to that is, maybe you haven't actually physically seen this energy. Like if it's a person, you haven't seen them for a while, but that energy is still lingering. That's how it's being presented to me. Like it's an energy that you're not sure if you should fully walk away from it, but has it actually been physically in your life for a while? I don't think so, is how it's being presented. But you're still struggling with fully closing this, okay? On the bottom of the deck, you do have the World card, the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles and the Sun. Okay, it's a loss. however that resonates to you, it's a loss that you took in a situation that I feel you're still in the process of healing and tying up and closing up that cycle. Number one, in this day and age, we think everything needs to happen instantaneously. But when you are truly healing and closing out a painful, traumatic cycle, do not expect it to happen quickly, okay? And I keep seeing 1 and 2. So for some of you, this could have been something that's been going on for 1 to 2 years. And you're in the process of really finally transitioning out of that energy, closing that cycle, walking through the portal to create more balance with the Six of Pentacles in your life, in your energy, in your mindset from this lack that you experienced. Somehow this loss that I'm tapping into, although the loss may have been in one situation, it affected you in multiple areas of your life. If you know, like if this was a relationship, it didn't just affect you in the love life, it affected you everywhere, okay? When you fully release this situation, however this, you know, shows up for you, a shift takes place. Like when you fully lay it down to rest, there's a breakthrough that happens with the Sun and the Ace of Swords. And you're going to see this loss differently. It's no longer going to be a loss to you. All right, let's take a look. What is this Ace of Swords bringing in, please, for the collective? Homeless, illness, collaboration. Listen, collective, what do I have? A bunch of Tauruses here on the live? Because this has been showing up for Taurus. It doesn't have to be. I'm just kind of messing around with Taurus. I have Cancer and Pisces on the table, but so there's some type of truth and communication that's coming in from somebody who is dealing with what looks like to me some type of karma. Okay? So it looks to me that somebody here is struggling, okay? They have illness here, disease, weakness, fragility, and then you have homeless, failure, castaway, and poor. On the bottom, you have collaboration. Somebody wants to come towards you. Somebody wants to work with you on a either on a relationship. This could also be something with work because you have the King of Wands, but they're not having a good time. They're struggling here. Okay, somebody may actually be losing their livelihood because of their actions and the things that they have done towards others, right? This person feels very lost. That's the truth. Maybe you don't know that yet. Maybe this person hasn't expressed that to you yet. But there's an energy here of somebody feeling very lost, feeling very like they're out in the cold, very alone. Their ego is very, very fragile as well. Ow. Got my ring stuck on my earring there. All right, let's see. Ace of Swords. Tell me what this is, please. What's coming in with this Ace of Swords? Flowers. Yeah, this person's coming towards you. So somebody wants to have a conversation with you, all right? Love the first colorful deck. Oh, what is the name of this? I'll tell you at that end. I won't forget. I have the box somewhere. It's the Light Seers. The Light Seers. All right, so you have the flower here. It's just, I have to laugh because this keeps coming through. This energy just keeps coming through a lot of readings, not just Taurus. I think there was another sign as well. I think it was Aries had this as well. But there's somebody here who wants to come towards you with a gift. They want to give you your flowers. It's almost as if somebody here recognized who you were too little too late. All right. It could be family. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. But somebody here is not doing too well. They're not doing too well because they're not with you. Yeah. Look at this. Generational curse. So are you the curse breaker in your family? And you may have been sent into this person's life, like however you met this person, whoever this is, you may have been sent into this person's life to help them see something from a different perception. But I'm getting the energy of somebody here who was very low vibrational. You maintained your vibration, your frequency. You may have even continued on a little bit further, right? Which is probably why you're not around this person anymore. Yeah, higher calling and purpose, lonely at the top. Okay. So this person may not have understood you, but see what's happening here, and what I'm getting from this is this person, I also feel like this person may not have been as awake or aware spiritually as you are. And so they may have kind of like ha-ha'd at a lot of what you were experiencing, or a lot of what you said, a lot of what you were going through. Somebody here may have made fun of you. And now there's a lot of backfire going on. They may start seeing their own cycles within their family because of things that you have taught them or said to them, okay? Now they need your help. The energy that's coming towards you is a Two of Pentacles. So you're needing to make a decision here. And then you have Trap. Okay, so I can see where this is going already. There's you're really needing to trust your intuition with whoever this is that comes towards you. For some of you, this is also tied into your own soul growth, your own generational curse, your own karmic patterns that you're healing, right? And this person is just kind of part of that journey where you may have to fully close this cycle physically out with this person or this group, okay? Two of Pentacles, Trap, and Calm. You've grown tremendously. Because what happens when this energy comes towards you is, yes, you have a decision to make, but I feel that through the emotional work that you've done, you're able to stabilize yourself, okay? You're able to stabilize yourself when this offer comes in, and you're able to sense and discern what the intentions are of this energy, okay? Sorry, I was just trying to read the comments. I do feel like this person is coming in trying to play the victim card. I don't necessarily feel and or see that this person has, I think this person knows that they need to heal themselves and work on themselves. I don't think they have yet. Okay, part of this person, for why they're coming back towards you or why they want to talk to you, is because they want your help. But they still have this energy in here of wanting to set you up as well. Okay. This Calm card is really important for you on this journey, because maintaining your composure in this decision making and maintaining your balance and coming from a center space is what's going to help you see clearly, right? And I feel like for some of you, that's a major growth and a major sign where you should pat yourself on the back, because what Spirit is showing me is there's a group here who was really emotionally reactive in the past, and you've done enough work on yourself where you're recognizing and realizing, I cannot respond and react out of my emotions anymore. I have to handle this differently from a calmer, more balanced, centered space. So kudos to you, whoever that is, or for all of you, yeah. So for some of you, this is with family, issues with immediate family. There's an energy here. Again, let's go back to what I was saying in the beginning, where somebody didn't understand where you were coming from. They didn't understand what you were talking about, so they judged you. If this is family, that's for sure coming through. It's almost like a family not believing in your dreams, right? And no shade to my family. We all have this. It's one of the things I was talking about earlier that I've seen. It's like your family will be the first people that don't believe in your dreams. Okay, and you can't let that discourage you, because when you go outside of the box and go against the grain, people's first reaction to change is always going to be, most of the time is going to be against it. They don't want you to do that. They're not familiar with it. They don't understand it. That's what I'm sensing here. If this isn't with your family, then know that this person is dealing with issues within their family. Again, they may be losing their place to live. If somebody was living with family members or like trying to get it together, they may be in the process of becoming homeless. Their family wants them to get out. They're coming towards you. Yeah, house. All right. And then you have rider on the bottom with the snake. So there's for sure a message coming in where this person has something up their sleeve. Beware. They have something up their sleeve. This could be in regards to a living situation, family, or happening within your house, okay? but there's issues in a household here. You have death on the bottom, like whatever's going to take place, it's inevitable. You also have the world. It has to come to an end. So I also feel like Spirit is reminding me what I had said earlier, which was about don't run from the problem. Yeah, when warning comes, do not isolate away from the problem. That's what we're tapping into. All right. So the intentions of this Two of Pentacles is the King of Wands with pride. Could that be any more on cue for a fire sign? A pride card with the lion in the back? Okay. So again, this person is acting from ego. They may like to be in control. It makes them feel good about themselves. But they're going to need to set that back in order for them to see any progress. Can't make it up. They need to stop. They need to stop. This is somebody who's really, really good at projecting their energy, okay? And that is why Spirit is telling you to be calm here. For some of you, this may be a group of people or a person that you really struggled with standing up to or saying what you need to say. You know how sometimes when someone's like attacking you, you forget all the good things to say in that moment, but after they leave, you're like, man, I should have said this, I could have said that. That's not going to happen this time. There's something new about you that I'm sensing where you're going to be able to kind of stop it in its tracks, or while it's happening, you're going to have the right things to say. You're going to know exactly what you need to do or how to handle the situation because you're not emotionally reactive this time around. Does that make sense? Let's see. Tell me about this King of Wands, please, with pride and stop. It really could just be you saying, no, I can't talk to you. I'm putting an end to this. I'm putting a pause to this. Yeah, the fox. This person does not have good intentions towards coming towards you. I feel like this person thinks they can get away with it, though, because they have previously. Okay, it could be a fire sign. It doesn't have to be. This person may have addictions as well. Very codependent behavior. Very arrogant energy that I'm tapping into. Somebody that does not like to take accountability. Okay? But you're healing yourself, and that's why they're drawn to you. Time to review your relationships in life. You do have Leo energy on the bottom. Could just be a sign that it's happening in Leo season. But it's like I was saying, you're healing yourself successfully, so the way that you're going to handle this situation will be much different than it has been in the past. Please keep in mind that one of the things I do whenever I'm in a situation is I remember that we're all in this learning cycle, and that loyalty of I don't want to walk away from somebody because you could be doing them a disservice by not walking away. Sometimes we don't always know when God is using us for the other person because we get so caught up in what's happening to us that we don't know. Does that make sense? All right, so let's see. That we don't know what somebody else is learning. We don't know if we're being used, what we're supposed to teach this person, or how we're being used to teach this person something. You have the moon as your lesson and your guidance. And I do feel like that is telling me let go and let God. I do feel like there's a lot of emotions that are going to come and rise to the surface here. You have self-love and hesitation. And then you have imagination. So somebody here, some of you here may have been dealing with a lot of attacks on your thoughts lately. Okay, on your mind's eyes. Maybe some of you have been having some type of nightmares. I feel like somebody is trying to send energy to get in the way of your visions, your goals, and your plans. Okay, so I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's this person or if this is another energy that's piggybacking in. Because to me, it looks like somebody's trying to, again, persecute you for the dreams and the visions that you have. And I was seeing that from the beginning, okay? It's like they're trying to create fear. They're trying to create an upset so that you won't go in the direction that you're supposed to do or go, forgive me. You're very, very, very hesitant on making a decision here. It causes you worry. And the only message that Spirit keeps bringing in is to keep focusing on yourself. Keep loving yourself. Keep investing in yourself. The more you love and invest in yourself and become aligned with what it is you really want and what it is you're really looking for, the more you'll be able to discern what around you is not aligned for you. Because you'll say, okay, well, I'm trying to get my life to here. But if I go over there, that's going to take me on this path, this path, this path. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm trying to stay aligned over here. This is what's going to get me to my goal. So the more you focus on yourself, right? It's not selfish to do that. But others are trying to make you feel like it's selfish of you. And that's why you're struggling with making a decision, because there's an energy here of somebody trying to create confusion in your path. I feel like it's out of jealousy. Pisces energy on top of the moon. This may have happened in Pisces season. You may be dealing with a Pisces. You could have Pisces in your chart. This is deep emotional work though. Also emotional trauma that's coming to the surface. This person or situation is very unstable. So this person could be a little bit bipolar. You may have seen them have some mental discrepancies, okay? No judgment, but maybe you're recognizing that you are on a different vibration and frequency as this person now. A lot of times what happens when we're on an ascension journey is people come and go pretty quickly while we're on this journey, because they meet us at the level we're at, and if they're not actively doing the same work that you're doing, you're going to keep going and they're going to stay here. And that's when you start to see friction in your relationships. We have money fraud on the bottom, and then sacral chakra. So I don't know if somebody's trying to steal your abundance. This can tie into what I was feeling over here with this King of Wands and this projection onto trying to prevent your visions or your dreams from coming true. Because money fraud doesn't just have to be physical money. Okay, this is abundance. And underneath that, with the sacral chakra, this is creativity, right? What you create, what you're here to put out into the world, and how you create your abundance. So number one, be very careful who you're sharing your gifts and your ideas with. A lot of times when we tap into our divine creativity and our purpose and things that we want to do and give to others, once we start sharing that with others, we kind of give it away to the enemy. So it's very important in that beginning process that you cultivate it alone with you and the Most High, that you work on it and build it alone with you and the divine until it's ready to be shown and expressed to the outside world, okay? Especially because this person is unstable. That's why you need to review your relationships. For some of you, if this isn't your family, the root of this person's instability comes from their connection with their family or whatever they're dealing with within their family. Like there's issues going on in this person's family that's creating this type of energy and how they respond and react. Clarify, please. Fish. Oops. Sorry. So you have the fish card. It's about your abundance. It's 100% about your abundance here, and you have a decision to make after a message comes in from this person, again, with the snake. So I would just be really, really careful. It kind of makes me sad because the underlying feeling that I get from this energy is that a lot of you really didn't want this person to be the snake, right? And that's what's making it so difficult. And I also feel like that might be what was making it difficult for you to make a decision and fully closing the cycle and going in a new direction, because you didn't want this person to be a snake. You may have been holding on to this for some time, hoping that this person heals and works through whatever they need to work through. So yeah, they're coming through to make a promise to you. The Chariot and promise. It says responsible, confirmation, assurance, and apology. And then you have introvert, overload, nightmare. So somebody's going to confess to you or tell you the truth. Like I said, there's a person here who struggles with taking accountability, okay? However, this person is in the process of going through some type of shadow work. They're in the process of going through a change and a growth, which is why they're experiencing loss. I'm not quite sure what they did or put you through, okay? But it's showing to me as karma and as a means of trying to speed up this process. It looks as though this person thinks if they come towards you with some type of promise and confession and apology, they can clear out some of that karma in the meantime for themselves. Okay, so there is an energy rushing towards you pretty quickly. to give you this promise, to give you this confession. I would advise you, not only as, you know, your spiritual friend, but also just your friend. I would advise you to accept the apology and forgive the person for yourself, whether you do it within your heart with God or out loud to this person, but don't allow them back in your life if they're still in this behavior. But always forgive so that you can send that energy off, because you don't need it, right? So you're going to have a decision to make to this 22, which is pathway. You're at the crossroads. Again, whip. You have the whip. This person's angry. This person's really, really angry. And I feel like they want to come towards you, and they think that this person really feels like you're going to want to stay with them, but I don't see a shift in their behavior. It's almost like this person makes everything more difficult for themselves. They make it hard. They make it negative. They make it angry. They make it upsetting. And then they blame it on everyone else. And they don't understand why things aren't changing for them. It's their perception. It's the energy that they're holding within themselves. They're probably the ones who they probably need to forgive themselves for whatever they've created. Father wounds need to be addressed. So this person is dealing with masculinity issues, whether it's feminine or not. This person has some type of hole inside of them, gap inside of them due to father wounds. And you need to cleanse and smudge your home, cleanse and smudge your energy, your area, wherever this person has been around. Yeah, I told you, somebody's moving. You could be moving jobs or homes, but I really get that with the Chariot card, that somebody makes the official decision to move. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to start over, starting a new life. That's why you have the World here. I want to restore balance. I don't want to deal with this anymore. All right, so let's take a look here and see closing messages for the collective. Be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. Someone is in need of your love. Offer it to them. This person definitely needs prayers and love. You are too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. I'm telling you, your family, the people closest to you are the ones that at first will not believe in your dreams. It's one of the craziest things, but it happens, and you see it across the board. They're not going to understand it, and that's okay. Keep going in the direction that you're being called to go. That's what you're here for, to create your own path. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. That's why you have cleanse and smudge your home. On the bottom, let your feelings out. All of them, even the ones that scare you. Once they're out, they're out. Once you sit and release those feelings and that energy to God, and you're just 100% honest in that prayer, and you let it all out, all those emotions, because who else is better to let it out to? Don't let those out to a friend, right? That's a human. They can turn on you at any time. Let it out to the Most High. There's a comfort, a peace that washes over you when you become so deeply honest in what you're feeling, and you release that out to the Most High, and you allow Him the opportunity to send in His light, His grace, and His mercy to shift what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. So give yourself and allow yourself that space and opportunity to fully release what you've been keeping inside, right? Don't be ashamed how you're feeling. There is a safe space for you to release it and to receive guidance in return, if only you believe, and as long as your faith is aligned with that belief. So keep up in your prayers, keep up in releasing your emotions. Don't be ashamed to cry. I was talking to somebody the other day who was like, well, I don't like to cry because I don't like how I feel afterwards. I don't like the process. I don't want anyone to see me. And I'm like, you better cry. Do you know how many times I cry? I bawl. I got to let it all out. I can't keep it in. All right. So I am sending you much love. Jordan, let's see, what's the deal with Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries? I don't know. I would say it's all signs across the board. I think anybody's capable of attacking. I do have an Aquarius that's constantly butting heads with me. But I have a Pisces who I just adore and has really saved my life since my mother passed away. So it could just be you and those people. I don't know what other Tauruses are dealing with. Mine that, and I love Scorpios, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, because I love Scorpios. But I have a Scorpio who I really think is from the depths of hell. And I love them and I pray for them, but good Lord Almighty, just release me, release me, release me. So, how do you know if someone has good or bad intentions? Your intuition, you can feel it. And that's why it's so important to work on yourself. That's why it's so important to continue to heal yourself, pray, forgive yourself. Every night we're supposed to die unto ourselves so that we can wake up new and start over. So every night you should be praying for forgiveness over anything that you may have done out of alignment. Pray to be shown what darkness or stains are still inside of your heart. So that you can heal them and be aware of them, release any of those energies so that you can have a more clear discernment and feel more the energy that is around you. Because we all know, like when we walk into a room, every single one of us has had that experience of you can feel the vibes, right? You're like, what is that? You can sense when somebody's looking at you. You can sense when somebody isn't right. When you meet a new person and they're smiling, you either feel off when they're shaking your hand and meeting you, or you really enjoy it. Those are those moments that you need to pay attention to so that you can become more aligned with understanding. I'm connecting with someone else's energy. Also, the key here is my Scorpio ex is also a demon. Yes, what the heck? But also that's why I always tell you guys to put on the armor of God, the full armor of God every day, so that you know where your thoughts are coming from. Because if you don't know where your thoughts are coming from, if you're not putting on your helmet of salvation and you don't know that they're coming from the Holy Spirit, then where are they coming from? You don't want to trust anything else. So always putting on the armor of God so that you can protect yourself and have that good discernment, have your spiritual eyes and ears open. All right, you guys, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and listening to me spiel. I love you guys so much, and I'm sending you all my love. Happy Tuesday, and I hope you guys have a really good day. Bye.